Okay, good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to this lecture of refrigeration and air conditioning. So today we are going to study about the psychrometric chart. Okay, so we have started this chapter psychrometry a few lectures before. Okay, so in last few lectures we have seen what are the basic psychrometric properties. So we have seen about the temperature, specific humidity, relative humidity. We have seen about the wet bulb temperature, dry bulb temperature, etc., etc. So today first I will revise those properties, and then we can study about the psychrometric chart. Okay, also I will show you about the commercial psychrometric charts used. So those are referred by ASHRAE. One there is referred by Carrier. So numerous psychrometric charts are there. Also there are some apps, there are some softwares where we can study psychrometric properties. So that also I will show you in today's lecture. Okay, so before that, let me put a poll. Let me see how many of you can understand that. Oh, okay. Okay, some problem is there. Okay, polls. Yes, correct. Create. Wait. Okay, wait. I'm just signing in. Okay, just wait. Trying to sign in the Zoom. Yes, okay. Okay. Okay, so I have launched one poll. Please participate in it. Let us see how many of you understood the basic concepts. The question here it is WBT, that is wet bulb temperature, is dash dash then DBT, dry bulb temperature. The options are greater and smaller. Okay, so WBT is always dash dash then DBT. So okay, two responses, one for smaller, one for greater. Okay. Smaller, three responses, right? Okay, participate in the poll. This is just to check your understanding, how much you have understood up to this point. Four, okay, three have voted for smaller, two have voted for greater. Great, great. So go to the poll and you can participate in the poll. Onka Pawar, Aftab Sheikh, Prajakta Surve, Manthan Dikshit, Deepak Shinde. Participate in the poll. Let us see how many of you have understood this concept. If your exam is going to be in online mode, you should at least know these basics, right? Okay, so here the right answer is smaller. Yes, WBT is always smaller than DBT because DBT or the dry bulb temperature is measured with thermometer with its bulb being dry. So that is why the word is dry bulb. Wet bulb, in wet bulb, the bulb of the thermometer is covered with a wet cloth. Due to the wet cloth, there is a water evaporation take place. There is a heat is being transferred, and because of that, there is a reduction in temperature. So WBT's temperature will be always less than that of DBT. So this is your results. You can see on the screen also. Okay. Right. So I'll share my screen. Right. Okay. So we started with the psychrometry. Psychrometry is the study of moist air. Moist air is again the mixture of dry air and water vapor. So I have given you example of atmospheric air. It contains gases like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc., etc. It contains water vapor because of the evaporation of water vapor from oceans and rivers. It contains dust particles. So people living in Solapur area, Pandapur area, they're well aware of the situation. It contains fumes, pollutants, etc., etc. But here our study is restricted to only these two parts: mixture of gases and water vapor. That mixture is called as moist air. The study of moist air is psychrometry. Okay. Now in moist air, as we discussed, it contains dry air and water vapors. In dry air, we already know we have oxygen 21% by mole fraction, 78% nitrogen, remaining 1% is constituted by other gases. Okay. Then we came across the concept of Dalton's law of partial pressure. It is a total pressure is the summation of partial pressures of its gases. So in moist air, we have dry air and water vapors. They have their individual pressures, what we call them as partial pressures. Summation of these partial pressures will give you total pressure in the atmosphere. Then we have studied about the temperatures. So there is this device, psychrometer. One thermometer measures dry bulb temperature. In another case, its bottom or the bulb is covered with the wet cloth. Due to evaporation of water, there is a heat transfer take place. Due to heat transfer, temperature reduces. And in that case, WBT is always smaller than dry bulb temperature. Now next very important concept here, it is saturated vapor pressure. So it is actually a partial pressure of water vapor in the saturated conditions. So whenever you see outside, आपण मराठीत म्हणतो की ढगाळ वातावरण आहे, पाऊस पडायची शक्यता आहे. In that case, air has become saturated, and in that case, you can say that partial pressure of the water vapor has reached its saturation conditions, or it has reached its saturation value. So we have seen the tables. Here is the table. So for every temperature value, we have a saturation vapor pressure value. Okay, suppose suppose outside temperature here it is 32 degrees Celsius, and if by any chance the partial pressure of water vapor reaches to 48.1 millibar, so the weather will be saturated. Okay, so as it is not saturated, that means here in this case the vapor pressure of the water is very low than 48.1 millibar. It may be 24, it may be 20, it may be 30, but it is not 48.1 millibar. So at 32 degree Celsius, the partial pressure of water vapors reach to 48.1, air becomes saturated. As the temperature increases, this Psat value also increases. Okay. Then we have seen other properties like relative humidity is a ratio of mole fraction of water vapor in moist air to the mole fraction of water vapor in saturated air. So another formula here it is PV divided by Psat, partial pressure of water vapor to partial pressure or the saturation vapor pressure of water vapors. Next, we have seen humidity ratio. Humidity ratio is the ratio of mass of water associated with each kilogram of dry air. So that means if we take a sample of atmospheric air, it will contain water vapor, it will contain dry air. If we take simply the ratio of water vapors, mass of water vapors to the mass of dry air, that will be humidity ratio. So there is a formula for that, that is a 0.622 into PV, that is the partial pressure of water vapor, divided by PT minus PV. PT is barometric pressure or the atmospheric pressure minus PV. Then we have seen relation between dew point temperature and relativity. Dew point temperature is again saturation temperature. So there is a relation between dPT and RH. Okay. Relative humidity is expressed in terms of percentage. When it reaches to 100%, that means air has become saturated. In other words, we can say dBT is equal to WBT. Okay. So once again, I will explain what I'm saying here. So see here, when RH is 100%, that means air is saturated. In other words, the dry bulb temperature has reached to its wet bulb temperature. It has reached to its dew point temperature. Okay, so the temperature, whole temperature is reached to the dew point temperature. That means air is saturated. Okay, so very important question here it is. Whenever you use a water cooler in summer conditions, the minimum temperature can be achieved here. It is wet bulb temperature. Okay, so that is the minimum temperature you can achieve. So this is one of the MCQ questions or the external oral questions I usually ask, that what is the minimum temperature you can achieve in case of water coolers. So that temperature is wet bulb temperature. In case of ACs, you can achieve as low temperature as you want. Next, we have seen degree of saturation is a ratio of specific humidity of moist air to the specific humidity of saturated air. Next, we have seen enthalpy. In enthalpy, so enthalpy is a enthalpy of moist air is the summation of enthalpy of dry air and enthalpy of water vapor. Before that, this formula is used. H is equal to 1.005 T. T here it is dBT, dry bulb temperature, plus W, specific humidity, into in bracket 2501 plus 1.88 times dBT. Humid specific heat, that is the specific heat of moist air. Okay, specific volume, that is the volume of moist air divided by mass of dry air, that will be specific volume. And last, what we have seen in the last lecture is that psychrometric chart. Okay. Now here on psychrometric chart, always on abscissa there will be dry bulb temperature. On ordinate there will be specific humidity, and then there will be other curves. Other curves means there will be another boundary of 100% relative humidity. That will be one another boundary. So like that, here it is 100%. So here it will be 80%, here it will be 50%, here it will be 20%, etc., etc. Then there are constant enthalpy lines. So what you see, these dark lines, these are the constant enthalpy lines. Then there will be specific volume lines. So what you see, these dashed lines, inclined dashed lines. So these are the constant specific volume lines. Okay. Now today we'll see how to draw, how these engineers have come up with this chart, how they draw a psychrometric chart. Okay. Before that, remember the psychrometric chart changes for every pressure. Now here this chart is for atmospheric pressure, that is 101.325 kilopascal. If you change the pressure to 2 bars, again this chart will change. So for every pressure the chart is different. So how to draw a psychrometric chart? Okay. Now here we are assume pressure conditions as 1 atmosphere, and we here assume that the air is saturated. Okay. Now on x-axis or on the abscissa, I have taken dry bulb temperature. Here I have taken values from 0 to 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. On ordinate, I have taken specific humidity. Its value I have taken from 0 to 0.03 kg per kg of dry air. So this is a basic thing. First draw dBT and specific humidity. Now the formula for specific humidity is given as this 6.62 PV divided by PT minus PV. Here partial pressure of water vapor in saturated conditions will be PS or PSAT. Okay, so PV will be equal to PSAT. Then we have the PSAT values for different temperatures. Okay, so see here, I will show you again. Here we have for every temperature, we have a PSAT value. So what I will do now, so in this case, what I will do, I will take a temperature value, let us say 15 degrees Celsius. For that, I will take PSAT value from table. I will put that value in this formula. I will replace PV by PSAT. So here in this formula, and I will obtain a specific volume, specific humidity value. So for 15 degrees Celsius, I know what is the value of specific humidity. Then I will get a insertion point. So this is a insertion point. Okay, like that way. So I will change. Okay, wait. I will change the color. Let us say green. Okay. So this is a insertion point here. Again, if I take temperature 25, for 25 also, I will obtain the value of specific humidity. I will get an intersection point like this. Again, for 40 degrees Celsius, I will get another point like this. So for 40 degrees Celsius, this will be the specific humidity value, and I will get this point. So such points, the green points, I will obtain. I will join those points, and then I will get a saturation line of 100% RH or relative humidity. So basically now I have abscissa, I have an ordinate. By plotting the points, I have obtained a 100% RH curve. Okay, so you can join this like this. So this will be a basic structure of a psychrometric chart. Now what I will do, I will draw a line. I will divide this line into 10 equal parts. Okay, and I will draw other curves. So this curves will be RH curve. So here it is 100%. So here it can be 80%, here it can be 50%, here it can be 10%, etc., etc. So such way I will obtain the constant relative humidity curves. Okay. Now I have formulas, other formulas also for specific humidity, specific volume. I have other formulas for enthalpy. From that I will obtain other curve. So for enthalpy also, if you remember, I have this formula, H is equal to 1.00 by T. So if I know the dry bulb temperature, if I know the specific humidity, I can easily calculate the enthalpy value. Okay. So here in this graph somewhere, I will draw a scale for every temperature value and specific volume. I will calculate the enthalpy values. So this will be enthalpy values, and I will just go like this. So what is the slope of this line? All that will be calculated once you know all the values. So these are the constant enthalpy lines. So this may look very complicated, but this is the answer to various questions, right? So I will show you the real psychrometric chart so that your idea will be more clear. Okay, is it visible? Somebody type in the chat box that this graph is visible, or else I will zoom in. Is it visible, or should I do the full screen? Yes, is it visible? All right, so this is a full screen I have taken. So this is actual psychrometric chart provided by ASHRAE, right? So this is available for only this pressure, 101.325. So here, if you can follow this hand symbol, I will show you. So abscissa will contain the TBT values. Ordinate will contain the specific humidity values. Okay, so here unit, here it is degree Celsius. Here humidity ratio is grams per kilogram of dry air. So though the value here it is 22, again you have to divide by 1000, that is 0.022. So that will be the kg of moist air divided by kg of dry air. So this is a specific humidity, this is a dBT. For saturated condition, you can obtain this RH curve. Then with scale, you can obtain other curves like this 90 degree, 90 percentage, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, etc. etc. Then from H formula, specific enthalpy formula, you can obtain these values and you can draw the lines. So these are the constant enthalpy lines. Now, this is a dry bulb temperature value. If you go straight and intersect with the saturation line, here we will get a WBT value equal to DBT value. So at saturated conditions, DBT is equal to WBT. So here we'll get a WBT value that is a 20 degrees Celsius. Now from this you can draw a constant WBT lines. Okay. So at saturated conditions, dry bulb is equal to wet bulb because the air is saturated. Now likewise we have specific volume lines also. So these lines here it is volume cubic meter per kg of dry air. So these are the specific volume lines and these are the specific WBT lines. Okay. So actually there is one book is there where you have to study the psychrometric chart. Then there will be some tables will be there. From the tables you have to take the value. Okay, is it understood? Somebody put in the chat box that this psychrometric chart is understood or it is visible. Yes. I hope the chat option is enabled. Yes. Right. Okay. Now we'll move to the next point here. The psychrometric processes. So we'll go to the psychrometric purposes. So lines on psychrometric chart. So as WBT or dry bulb temperature lies on the horizontal axis, if you draw vertical lines, those will represent constant WBT lines. Okay, vertical lines are the constant WBT lines. Now on the ordinate, we have specific humidity. If you draw horizontal lines, those will represent constant specific humidity lines. Now here we have constant WBT lines that I have showed you on the ASHRAE chart. These are somewhat inclined lines are there. Then we have constant enthalpy lines. So there is enthalpy scale is there. From that we have constant enthalpy lines. So these are the some of the lines which are present on the psychrometric chart. This may be asked in one of the MCQs. So this diagram will be given to you. It will be asked, what is this image of? Okay. So this is a constant DBT, constant specific humidity, constant WBT, and constant enthalpy. Last here it is constant specific volume lines. So that also I have showed you. Dashed lines were for the specific volume line, constant specific volume lines. And here it was constant RH lines. So that also I have showed you. First we have to obtain the RH curve of saturated conditions. Then you can obtain other RH curves like 80 or 60 or 40 or 20%. So these are the curves present on the psychrometric chart. Okay. So any doubt up to this point? So in next lecture, we'll see what are the psychrometric processes like sensible heating, sensible cooling, then dehumidification, humidification. All those processes I will show you on the psychrometric chart. Yes, also I have promised you, I will show you the software. So the software also I will show you. I hope it is somewhere here. I had installed a long back. Psychrometrics. Okay. Let me check if this is the what we want. Okay. Yes, yes, it is coming. So this is a digital psychrometric chart in front of you. Again, in this case also, there is a DBT on abscissa, specific humidity on ordinate, then there are RH curves, then there are enthalpy curves, and then there are specific volume curves. Here you can put whatever inputs you want. So let us take example of Pandharpur. Pandharpur's altitude is 463. Then let us say temperature in Pandharpur as if now it is 25 degrees Celsius. And let us take relative humidity. So our area is mostly dry area. So I will put very less humidity, let us say 30%. And okay. And I add the point. So point 1 will be added. You can see the point 1 is on the screen here, P1. So I have given the input of 25 dBT and 30 or sorry 30% of RH. So like that way it has plotted a point P1 here. So like that way you can find any point here. If you go to the higher altitudes, let us say you are gone to the some hill station, their altitude is 2000 meters, the temperature is low, like let us say 15 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is higher, in that case let us say 80%. So let us say this way place is somewhere in Mahabaleshwar, etc. I will add the point. So point 2, you can see here it is the point 2. Okay, so point 2 here it is of 15 degrees Celsius dBT and 80% of relative humidity. So like that way you can plot this on your hard copy also. So this is a very basic step, pointing the point, plotting the points After you note down the points here, they can then and then only you can show the processes. Okay. So if you enter only these two properties, ultimately it calculates other properties. So it has calculated WBT as 13 degrees Celsius. Automatically it has calculated dew point as 11.6 degrees Celsius. It has calculated enthalpy as 36.6 kilojoule per kg. It has calculated specific volume also as 0.827 meter cube per kg. So etc. etc. So only two properties are required to be input here. Other properties can be calculated. So I hope you have understood this concept of psychrometric chart. This is very important because next topics will be based on this. So if you have any doubt, kindly ask. Otherwise, we can stop. Okay. Any doubt? So let me add another poll and then we can stop. Let me check if you understood what I mean. Okay, so I have dropped another question in the poll. Go to the poll, check the question, and give your answers. So question is, at saturated conditions, dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. First option is are equal, are different. Third is cannot say. Yes, at saturated conditions. Saturated conditions means air has reached to its maximum capacity to hold the water particles. In that case, the dry bulb temperature and the wet bulb temperature are the same, are they different, or you cannot say. Okay, 9 people have voted, others also can vote. Kindly focus on the lectures, on the topics that we are studying here. Obviously, you have campus placement, you want to study other topics like programming, etc., etc. But your whole soul is of mechanical engineering, and you have to study these subjects. The world will expect from you that you know these subjects very well. Nobody will expect from computer or civil or even these people that they know about refrigeration and air conditioning. People will expect from you only that you know this concept. Okay. If you go to the industry and a project comes, let us say you are in TCS and a project comes from a refrigeration industry, right? In that case, you will be included, assuming that you know the concepts of refrigeration. Okay. On that day, you cannot again go back and check the theory and understand this concept. Okay. So at least you understand the basics. It would help you in the industry. Okay. Okay, right. So the correct answer here it is, they are equal. How they are equal? So here it is a chart as saturated condition. That means on this 100% RH curve, This dBT, if you go straight way, here it is 20. So that means dBT is equal to WBT. If you take even this help of this chart, digital chart, suppose I will put 100% here. Okay, I will put 100% relative humidity. I will put temperature as 40 degrees Celsius, right? I'll add a point. Let us now see here. Point P3 is added here, and check here what is the wet bulb temperature. Wet bulb temperature and dry bulb temperature is one and the same. So at saturated conditions, dBT is equal to WBT. I hope you understood the concepts. Now put your attendance in the chat box. Fast, fast, fast. Don't put any BB or BA something. Directly put your roll numbers. That will be very helpful for me to sort out your attendance. Because at the end of the Zoom meeting, a separate file, a text file is created of whatever you type in the chat box. From that, we take the attendance, right? So don't type any BB or BA something. Directly type your roll numbers. Okay. So with this, we'll stop today. In next lecture, we'll see psychrometric processes. Thank you. So I hope already all have given the attendance so that I can end the meeting. Okay.